Just a few hours before President Carter underwent his first radiation treatment for brain cancer, he spoke of his hope, in the time he had left, to purge the world of a parasitic worm disease. "I'd like the last guinea worm to die before I do," the 39th president told reporters at the Carter Center. "We know where all of them are, so obviously that would be my top priority." Carter had set up the global Guinea Worm Eradication Program in 1986, when about 3.5 million people across rural Africa and Asia were afflicted by the excruciating parasite that has plagued humans for thousands of years. The 98-year-old, now in hospice at home in Plains, GA, is on the cusp of reaching his goal. The number of reported human cases dwindled in 2022 to 13, an all-time low. "We've joked many times. Who's going to win? The guinea worm or Jimmy Carter?" said Dr. Peter Bourne, Carter's former drug czar who became an assistant secretary general at the United Nations. 13 is pretty close to 0. For the millions of people who didn't get the guinea worm infection, he has had an enormous impact. One of the outstanding achievements of the Carter presidency was the 1979 peace settlement between Israel and Egypt. Decades later, the prospect of peace in the Middle East is dismal, and Carter's most enduring global legacy could be making guinea worm the second infectious human disease to be eradicated, after smallpox in 1980. His role was crucial, Bourne said. He would call people like the president of Ghana and say, "I want to talk to you about guinea worm." It was difficult enough to get the Minister of Health on the phone, and to get a president to talk about guinea worm was no easy feat. But they would all respond to him. The Latin name of guinea worm disease, Dracunculiasis, means affliction with little dragons. The calcified remains of the worm have been found in a 3,000-year-old Egyptian mummy of a 13-year-old girl, and some scholars believe they may have been the fiery serpents the Old Testament describes as attacking the Israelites in the desert. Humans contract the parasite after drinking stagnant water infested with tiny crustaceans that have swallowed microscopic guinea worm larvae. After an incubation period of about a year, the larvae grow into noodle-like worms up to 3 feet long that wrap around tendons, ligaments and connective tissue. They release a burning acid that blisters the skin, allowing them to poke their head out of a leg, foot or arm, and in some cases a breast or scrotum. The worm's exit is so agonizing that it prevents kids from going to school and adults from farming, cooking and collecting firewood. Ridding the body of the parasite takes weeks. First, the worm is wrapped onto a rolled piece of gauze or stick. Then the stick is twisted to slowly pull out the worm, about an inch a day.